Good afternoon and welcome to the Voice of Rio Grande. I am very pleased to have two guests with me today. Laura Rees, and there's a lot to learn about Laura today. She's just a fascinating, very special person, and so I look forward to talking to her about the many aspects of her career and her life and just who she is. And I also have Jamie Bessette here, and Jamie is our Vice President for Enrollment Management and Marketing at Rio. And so we just I think have a very varied, I don't know if you can even say that, very varied, but I just did, show today. So thank you all for joining us, and I really want to start with Laura. And Jamie, feel free to jump in if you hear something that Laura talks about that you want to join in on, please do. And Laura, it's been just such a personal and professional pleasure to get to know you.
Thank you.
It's for you and your husband, Larry, I'm going to tell the audience, just phenomenal people, and just have made an impact on so many lives in their careers and just in their personal lives. And Larry is on our University Board of Trustees.
Yes, he is.
So he has an important governance and leadership role here that we are very appreciative of. And it's always wonderful when those are package deals for us. You know, it's kind of an all hands on deck for most of what we do at Rio, but also in terms of what our trustees do. Mm-hmm. The support of the family and the involvement of all the family members, and it usually goes pretty deep and wide, is something that's really struck me here since I've been at Rio, that you don't see everywhere. But I think it's just kind of that spirit of who we are and what we are. So there are so many fascinating aspects of your life and your experiences. I've learned about them, and I think I know I'm going to learn some things today as you talk that I haven't heard before. But I really wanted to start with your career in education. I know you were an educator, and just tell us a little bit about that full-time journey and what you did, and even some of your current work.
Many moons ago, I graduated from Miami University, and I was an art ed major. And I have taught, I'm now retired art teacher in Westerville, Ohio, but I taught 35 years, 28 of them in one building, and
wow.
So I was kind of an institution there,
yeah.
or something. But I had around 550 kids a week.
Wow.
So over the course of 30-some years, I've had tens of thousands of kids.
Gosh. It goes back to what I was saying about the lives that you and Larry have touched.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that is amazing, just to think about that reach and all the personalities and students you help shape.
Well, it's when you run into them, and they're now 35.
Right.
And, Mrs. Rees, do you remember me? Well, I last had you when you were 11. But give me a hint here. Yeah. So, but it's fun. It's fun to know that, obviously they liked it because they're not afraid to approach me.
Right. That's true. Very true. So one building for 28 years, and just you probably saw a lot of changes in education during that time period.
A lot of changes in education, a lot of changes in the demographics of the community. Mm-hmm. But it was a great job. It was a rewarding job, a wonderful job. Mm-hmm. Art is extremely creative. It's a wonderful thing to teach. It's just the ultimate problem-solving discipline. Mm-hmm.
Did you see when you were working, and maybe you saw this change over time, that there were times when your work in the art department at the school was kind of siloed, and then there are those times where you have people in other parts of the school that are really trying to work with you and integrate that more into what they're doing. Did you kind of see an ebb and a flow in that?
Yes. I think that at the beginning of my career, art was much more self-contained, a self-contained discipline within the school. And gradually the movement has become interdisciplinary. And that's exciting too. That's very exciting too. And it's a necessity, I think.
Right.
Especially with Common Core, that we need to interact and relate to the other subjects.
Exactly. And I think about just, I'm a musician by training, and just seeing that, and I think it's similar how that has evolved in our educational system, and then even thinking about it in terms of how that supports students in even a therapy kind of role. And I don't know if you've done any work in art therapy or kind of seen that field evolve.
I don't know that much about it, but I know that the arts support the other areas, and there's a lot of research that's shown. Now, the therapy aspect is out of my realm, but I think that it's extremely valuable, and a lot of research has supported the fact that education in the arts does support the other other subject areas.
Very true, very true. Well, talk a little bit about the current work, because you're retired from that classroom, but you're still impacting education. How are you doing that?
Well, this is my third year as an art supervisor for Otterbein University. And I supervise student teachers in art. Only art, that's all. The only one they'll allow me in, because that's my only area of certification. But it's real interesting being on this side of the equation. And I am kindergarten through 12th certified, so I have gone into elementary, middle school, high schools, and all kinds of districts, all kinds of environments, everything from elementary to high school. It's really fun. It's fun to watch student teachers this is their dress rehearsal. So it's fun to watch them in this role, in this position, before they're launched into the career.
Right, right. That's a whole different aspect of it,
yes,
isn't
it
it?
is.
And just
I'm on the other side of things now.
Yeah. Did you have a lot of student teachers that you worked with?
I did.
Over the years?
I can remember 6 or 7 that I had, and I taught adjunct for Otterbein when I was still teaching. So it's interesting having college students versus my young ones that I used to have.
Little different, but some days it's not a lot different. You know, it just depends. It definitely depends. Well, I want to shift gears a little bit, because you talked about your role as an art educator, but let's just talk about Laura as the artist.
Okay.
I mean, I've seen so much, having been in your home and just seeing the work you've done, and I don't know how well this is going to show up, but this Christmas card that you did, and it has our bell tower on it, and it just, when I opened it, I mean, I was blown away, because it has such depth, and it is based on reality. We have this tower
with a little license
to
the reality.
Right, and I love that. I love that about it. It's really so interesting, and even Doonsy, your dog, is on here, and I just love he just brings a character to it too. And he's been here on he is, and he's been on campus, so this was very fitting.
It's fun. I now have more freedom, more time, since I'm not teaching anymore, to do whatever I want. But this was collage, and this was fun. If it's not fun, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
And so I like to draw, probably better than anything. I do like to draw houses. I've drawn people's houses, pen and ink. But yes, the Christmas card, we do.
So
this year, Rio was the Christmas card
Yay,
theme. This
thank
was
you.
the sub. You're welcome. But yes, our dog usually shows up somewhere in the card.
I love that. I love that. Well, so also as an artist, that's a challenge when you're an educator and you're working with students of all of those ages over your career, and then you're also feeding your own self as an artist. What other kinds of things? You said you've been interested in drawing. You really like to do that. What else have you explored in your kind of artistic world?
Well, there's some things that I haven't done that I want to do. So I maybe will take some classes in some areas I don't have much strength in. And now I have the freedom to do that.
Yeah.
So maybe some more metals.
Okay.
I have kind of a very rudimentary knowledge of metals, and maybe some glass, but I'd like to pursue some things I haven't done before, so it's never too late to learn.
Exactly. That's something we talk about a lot around here with our students, and with the variety of ages that we have. I mean, we have those students here who, fresh out of high school, we have many students here that are still in high school that are participating in College Credit Plus. Yeah.
Great program.
Oh, it is, and just to see how they're experiencing already experiencing college and having some success there. But we also have students that are much later in life, and are coming back to get some kind of credential or just kind of expanding their minds and things like that. So I'm really happy to hear you talk about kind of that whole lifelong learning.
Lifelong learning. It's a wonderful thing.
It really is.
It's never too late, and there's a whole world of opportunity out there.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you're bored, there's a problem, right?
Well, I think so.
I want to shift gears a little bit more. It's like we're going around this wheel of Laura Rees, but you guys have been such supporters as a family, you and Larry of Rio, and we have a number of scholarships, a scholarship that is in the name of Larry's mother and one in the name of his father, and of grandparents. It's a new scholarship to support students in West Virginia. So those are all so important. I mean, I think I want to speak out on behalf of our students to say that, if I could put words in their mouths, that those opportunities and the ability to attain and to pursue an education because of scholarship dollars like that, it's just, I mean, you can't put a price on that. You know, it is just so valuable.
Well, I have to tell you that I'm not from this part of the state. I have become Rioized. Is that a verb?
Yes,
adjective,
I love it.
Whatever.
Yes.
Right. Okay. I've become Rioized through my husband. My husband, Larry, is from Gallipolis and grew up in this area and feels very strongly about Appalachian students having every opportunity they can. So in that vein, I have gradually moved in that area.
Good.
And into the storm, I'll say, the eye of the storm.
We have
You've done a good job.
Yes, very good.
And I am supportive of the whole mission as Larry sees it too. It's very important that students have every opportunity they can. And so we're here to do that.
Good. Thank you for being partners with us on that. I mean, it makes such a difference, and we are very appreciative of everything you do and the time and the energy and it comes from the heart. And like you said, I mean, it really pulls you in. I mean, I think both of us kind of came from outside of the Rio world and have just been drawn in. So
assimilated.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I know we don't have we can continue the conversation and maybe we can come back another day and talk about some other things. But the other thing that I've just been so interested in with you and Larry is your traveling. I mean, you've been this world traveler.
My addiction.
Yes.
Well, you can treat the symptoms, but you can't cure that disease.
That's true. That's very true. So tell us, what was your most recent travel? What have you done most recently?
My most recent travel was to the Mediterranean and started out in Venice with my sister, who is also a retired art teacher.
Okay.
How dangerous is that?
Oh, yeah.
And we did Croatia and Greece and ended up in Istanbul.
Oh, wow.
And the really great thing about being art teachers is that no matter where we go, there's art. There is some type of art all over the world. So
Museums.
you can justify travel any way you want.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. It's been fantastic.
Nice.
Sometimes I've taken it for credit. I don't do that anymore, but yeah, it's been wonderful.
Just to experience and kind of soak it up. That's great. Well, do you have any? Maybe, I don't know, when you travel like you have, it's hard to say what a most memorable experience is, but if you could go somewhere that you've been tomorrow, which place would you choose?
Back. Ooh, somewhere I've been. I have to limit it to one.
Yeah. No, we have time. You can list
okay. I'd like to go back to Norway. I love France. Greece is beautiful, and probably Italy.
Really? Wonderful. Well, I'm sure that, there's so many new places to go, but sometimes, it gives you get the opportunity to go back to those places and explore a little deeper. So just keep us posted on all your travels. So one of the things I like to do with my guests is just ask if you have any, we have students that watch and listen, people that love Rio, we have people that just stumble across us and watch these shows as well. But do you have any words of wisdom? I mean, what would you want to leave with our audience today as far as just something on your mind or something that's guided you or helped you that may help somebody that's listening or watching?
I would say as far as a career choice and a major, choose something that you love. something that you really love, because you're going to be at it for a long time. And in education, if you don't love it, choose something else.
Right.
Because you're not doing anybody any favors. I think if you love what you're doing, your students are going to love you too. And they're going to love the subject area. So I think be passionate, have fun what you're doing, and give it your best shot.
That's really good advice. That is good advice, because I think that a lot of times we get caught up on all the other things that attract us to go in one direction or another, and we forget to think about what's going to drive me, what am I passionate about, what do I really care, and that's when you'll make your mark, you know, when you're doing those things. That's really good advice. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Well, stay with us
right.
and jump in as we're talking to Jamie at any
All
time
right.
that you want to. But I want to talk a little bit, Jamie, about, gosh, it's as we were talking to Laura about the field of education and how she saw that change and ebb and flow and all the things you see. What we've seen is that in the world of higher education, when it comes to marketing or attracting students, that that has evolved at a unbelievable rate, right?
Yes, yes, it has.
And-
And you know, and it's not just at the university level to millennials or student kids. When you think of how universities are reaching out to their audience, their students, their prospects, we tend to think of the traditional media. It's the television, advertising, radio, print. I'm going to do email. Here's a postcard. Here are the view books. And there's the argument to say is, how effective is that? Are our target audience really responded to that? And what's really changed is because of what's in their hand.
Right.
We all are in control of what we see, when we see it, and who we see it from. And kind of the analogy I've used is if you've been with someone that has the remote control and they're surfing, and that thumb is going. They don't know what they want to watch, because if they did, they'd go right to it. And they're not really sure of what it is they want to watch, but they'll know when they see it. And it's the same thing when you're on your phone, you're on your computer, and you're going through your news feeds, your posts. That thumb is just going. And so we have a real short opportunity to grab someone's attention, and that's what we want to do. And so we're trying to introduce some new creative technology, some fun technology that'll help us do that. We know that people respond first of all visually. Is it a photograph? Is it a video? So that's where we're trying to introduce that in. And with that, we've been using a drone. It is registered in case anyone's considering that, but that has been doing very well. Of course, the GoPro. We all have GoPros now. We've been using that in some of our takes, and we just recently acquired a 360 camera. So it takes a 360-degree video or photograph and allows us to put that out into almost a virtual reality environment. So looking through a Google Cardboard or some other device gives you a true 360 experience. So we feel that's going to be great in trying to do tours and visits. And so if I have time, I'd like to show one of the videos that we have. This is, it's called Battered by the Storm. And we did this, and the reason behind this was really to a little promotional video for one of our athletic teams, and they've actually been using it to much success in their recruiting. As they're talking to recruits and the parents of recruits, they're sharing this video, and the response is a lot of excitement. They see the energy of what the school is doing as well as how the team has been performing. So, Mike, can you cue us up on that?
That's really cool.
Yeah, and we did it to appear as a movie trailer.
It did look like a trailer.
And we've been fortunate enough to put it up on one of the local theater screens, so as one of their advertisements, and it's been some great feedback on that. People they see it and they get a little chuckle, they get a little smile, and a little confused at first. Is this a real movie? And so it's been good. We've had good reaction on that. Another type of style of video that we're trying to do is one that we did, and we had a very famous cameo in it. But we wanted to send some well wishes during the holidays and have a little serious tone to it. But we also wanted to kind of bring out the personableness of our president and the warmth. And she was a very gracious host and allowed us to show her in her natural. But what had happened though is we wanted to put it out to wish everyone, and again give everyone a little smile with it. So we added in the bloopers from that show. But the response from that was phenomenal. Obviously, we put it out on our social media channels. The amount of shares and comments was nothing but of wow. Part of it. So again, another way to do in-house, inexpensive, and reach the masses. Mike, can you do the Thanksgiving?
During this time of Thanksgiving, we have so much to be grateful for at Rio Grande. To future members of the Red Storm Nation, you are joining very special company at a transformational place. I'm so thankful for the family of faculty and staff here. You are a personal and professional joy to be around. I'm so thankful for our network of alumni. You are our mark and you are forever Rio. I'm so thankful for our students. You are going to go on and make wonderful things happen in this world. Silas, what are you thankful for today?
Today I am thankful for the wonderful memories and lifelong friendships that I've made here at the University of Rio Grande.
Together, we wish you a safe and wonderful Thanksgiving, and we hope you will celebrate
Rio Pride.
I'm so thankful for our family of...
What the heck? We were going really well there.
Time of Thanksgiving, we have so much to be grateful for at Rio Grande. To future members of the Red Storm Nation, Jamie, back up. I can't even say Red Storm. My mouth is so cold. Great.
And Silas is not bad
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Happy Thanksgiving. I'm tired of doing this.
Just have a good one. Eat a bunch of turkey.
Yeah.
Okay. During this time of Thanksgiving, we have so much to be grateful for at Rio. Jamie, come back. Okay, this is the last time. I cannot get my mind right. Come on, I'm gonna do this.
Dr. Johnston, Thanksgiving video. Take 29.
This campus deserves the very best. Glad I could be a tool for.
Absolutely. It was great. We had a lot of fun doing that, and it again because it was natural, it was unplanned, it was unscripted. It really carried over and had a lot of success. So, in using these different devices, it's how we're trying to capture that quick thumb print through there as they scroll through. We have one more. We still have time for it. Mm-hmm. And this one is
a different kind of storm than the first one that we started with.
This is the white storm, and we put it together to try to capture what happened here this past weekend. We had a lot of snow, and the beauty of the campus when it's covered in white is phenomenal. And when you're looking at it from a drone view, it's definitely a different perspective of what's out there. So very chilly that day. But if you're looking over the soccer field, over across the baseball towards Bob Evans Restaurant, and now onto campus.
You were in your helicopter for this, right?
Yes. It's I have a small helicopter, but the drone it did very well in the weather. Wasn't snowing, so it did good, and you can still even see a little bit of the rotors there. Try to scan back across campus.
Isn't it?
So beautiful.
And the thing about it is you can see this was the morning after, and the maintenance crew on campus did a phenomenal job. Those roads are already, you can see they're already cleared. A lot of the sidewalks have been cleared. Really before the end of the storm. There's a little bit of flurries there, but
Yeah.
I was hoping we could have caught some of the students doing the mattress
Sledding.
slide down the hill, but we didn't get that.
Yeah. This was very popular on social media. I mean, a lot of people were really interested in it. It was a way to connect for alumni and other people, just kind of connect with the campus, and just is.
Yeah, I mean, it's surprisingly that has been the best video we have put out. Sorry to say, it did surpass the Thanksgiving.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah. But no, up until then, the Thanksgiving was our number one, and so it's people they like to see the visual, they like to see the video, and it's really helped us connect with the community, our staff, our students, and our alumni, and we're seeing that pride come back, and so I'm hoping to enlist every one of them as part of our grassroots effort to help spread the word.
That's good. That's good. There is so much on both fronts of Laura and Jamie that we could talk about, and I hope you guys will come back sometime and we can go into some other areas. But Jamie, like I asked Laura, do you have any kind of words of wisdom? What would you leave with our viewers, our listeners today, as far as some advice or something to take away besides all the interesting things we've talked about?
Sure. And how am I going to follow that up?
I know.
Thank you.
Oh, no problem.
I guess if I had to say one thing, I mean, college education, going to college, it's all about the education, of course. But I would stress out there to take advantage of the experience of why you're here. Push yourself outside the comfort zone, get involved in activities, meet new people, stuff that you wouldn't normally do. I think you'll be surprised on how that helps with the success of your college career, as well as help you down the road. Be part of it. Don't be a bystander.
Yeah. Oh, I think that was great. Very, very good advice, and I think complementary to each other. So, thank you so much for joining us today, and I hope that you will join us some of our next shows. Next week we have Chamber Chat and Exposition. Also, Provost Richard Sachs will be here with Voice of Rio Grande. So, thank you very much.
Thank you.